There we go, there we go. How's everyone doing today? How's everyone doing today? It's Tuesday, isn't it? It's Tuesday. It's Tuesday. 1 second here. Gotta do all the notifications on the blue skies and the tweeters. Just enter 3 or 2, looking what's up with Fusion. We're gonna do some CAD stuff today because I don't feel too good actually. We'll see how it goes. 1 second here. Right now. I'm going the fun while I host. Quote, host. There we go. There we go. There we go. Also, fun fact, I forgot I don't have Fusion on here, so we're installing it right now. I'm waiting for Fusion to install. I'm pretty sure I have Fusion on this computer. It turns out I don't. How's everyone doing today? It is Tuesday. I don't feel the greatest. Yesterday, I drove for like 8 hours for fun, because that's, just what we do. And then I did not sleep good last night. So today's stream, we're going to take it easy today. We're going to try and design a mod. Or we're designing an add-on. That's something I don't really do. If longtime fans of the channel, no, I don't really do a lot of CAD stuff. I don't really make mods for printers. Like, yeah, okay, yeah, I'm part of the Voron team, but let's be honest, I don't do much there anymore. So it's like, you know what? You know what? Chicken butt. We're gonna design a add-on for the Prusa Core 1, I think. That's what we're gonna do today. We are gonna make an add-on for the Prusa Core 1 today. Nothing too fancy, but I think it'll give us a. I've CAD'd it up here, but I think this will be a fun little learning experience. I always take it easy. I mean, yeah. I mean, do you want me to be operating under constant stress and anxiety? Oh wait, I kind of am already. Anyways, get rid of the horizontal bar. The horizontal bar isn't in the way. I've been printing on it non-stop since I got it unboxed. Not once has the horizontal bar been in the way. Not once has that horizontal, like, for those that don't know, come with me, we're going on an adventure. Look, see how the nozzle is down here and the bar is up here? It's not in the way at all. And then when the print's done, it drops down. So if anything, the bar's in a better spot because it allows you to put a whole rack of LEDs there that perfectly light up your first layer. The bar's fine. And by the way, there are screws in it. You can remove it if you want. There's 2 screws here. You can take it out if you want, but I want my LED bar, so why would I get rid of it? It's a common hater comment. Oh, it's the Bamboo fanboys. Yeah, that might be it. It's the Bamboo fanboys. So I gotta make some room here because I gotta put the Prusa on the bench. Put you over here. I can't get rid of any of the prints I've done on it because I need to keep the prints. Move the resin stuff over here because we're gonna pull it off because we gotta do some measuring first. Yeah, no, the bar is not in the way at all. Anyone who says the bar is in the way or is a problem, literally doesn't have this machine and is talking out of their ass. Simple as that. It's not in the way. It doesn't cause any problems. There's plenty of room to get around it. And if anything, it makes it more rigid. So, bar is a non-issue. It's a complete non-issue. Anyone trying to make it an issue is literally trying to make it an issue. So, yeah. That's the best knock on the printer. I mean, like, the only other thing people are complaining about is, yeah, the webcam, the frame rate shit, but it's really clear in terms of quality. So the webcam quality is really good. It's just really shit frame rate, but How many frames per second do you need to see spaghetti? Print volume, same as the Mark IV, one of the most commonly sold printers in the world, so it's fine. If anything, it's better than the Mark IV because it's taller. What else? The chamber gets above 50 Celsius. We're gonna actually try and get it a little bit higher today. Wi-Fi is slow, but that doesn't matter because it'll start the file as it's downloading. So Wi-Fi speed, again, doesn't matter because as it starts to transfer the file, it'll start reading the G-code and printing. So you don't need to download the whole file before you print, so Wi-Fi speed doesn't matter. Touchscreen, it's got a touchscreen if you care. I don't know. The only knock about it could be price. That's like the only thing. The fact that the price is a little high, which it's in X1 territory, and shipping sucks, but it is what it is. Those are things kind of out of Prusa's hand. And actually, I think they got a better deal on shipping with FedEx since the release. So yeah, it's very much like nitpicky stuff, really. Stop making you want to pre-order one. Well, if you want to pre-order one, there's a link in the video description. It's an affiliate link. Doesn't cost you anything extra and goes a long way in supporting the channel. You know why that affiliate link is still there? Because I'm lazy and I've been reusing the same stream template for the past 3 streams. So it's still there. Because why not? Andrew, for the bar fund, $10. Cheers and appreciated. I picked the wrong week to quit drinking. Okay, let's get the Prusa off the workbench or off the shelf and get to work here. So unplug you. So we need to get it off here because we need to get some dimensions. Because what are we doing today? What are we doing today? Well, oh, and it's heavy. If you're looking for something to bitch about, it's heavy because it's made out of steel, which is going to be very good because we need that today. We need steel. Oops. You can already see what I've done. Bearded Printer gifted a community membership. This. Okay, so what are we doing today? What's the plan today? So this is the Prusa Core 1. Everyone in chat, say hi, Prusa Core 1. Where did I put them? Where did I put all my magnets? Where did I put all the magnets? Oh no. Oh, here they are. Okay, so these are the magnets Prusa uses, I guess, in a bunch of stuff. And they sent a bunch of them with the printer for like the review kit. They're like, here's a bunch of magnets, do magnet stuff with it. So the cool thing with the whole frame being steel is shit like that, okay? Like magnets stick really good to the frame. And this is what I want to fix. You know, it's not really fixing. So there's actually screw holes. There are tapped screw holes. We don't need to use magnets, but I want to use magnets. So for those that want like carbon filters or exhaust, there are 4 screw holes right here. So you can print something and screw it right to the frame. But I want to use magnets. Non-stop issues for the past 2 weeks. It's an original 2002 model. I'm assuming 2022 model. Sees the heat bed sensors are all fucked and random. So you want to know what's funny, Laser? I have a video on my channel on how to fix the, it's like a Band-Aid fix. It doesn't really fix it, but the bed sensor on the Core 1, how you, with a little piece of tape, opening up the back and putting a little piece of tape on it, it'll fix an error where the bed sensor starts false positively triggering. That video is getting more and more views and comments by the day. It's an older video. It's like 2 years old. Or it's at least over a year old. But like, if you look at the view chart, it's like doing this. So I'm assuming a lot of people are starting to run into that issue with their Bamboo. Because for those that don't know, Bamboo uses, not inductive, whatchamacallit, like load cells essentially in the bed to measure when the nozzle touches the bed. That's how it does its Z offset and meshing. The problem is it's based on resistance. And as the wire moves up and down the bed, it can piezo, that's what it is. As the wire moves up and down the bed, it actually kind of tugs at the connector, which over time can change the resistance of how it's measured and start triggering false positives. Years ago, the Voron team, we played around with putting piezo sensors in the bed and we kiboshed it because it was too unreliable. Like, this is something we fiddle. Now, granted, we were using off-the-shelf stuff, not like, you know, purpose-built custom. I can't even point at the bamboo anymore. I got rid of it. We were using off-the-shelf piezo sensors, cheap ones too, but same deal. Same deal. So what's the plan today? So this is the Prusa Core 1. It's sealed up pretty good. I want to try actually doing proper ABC testing with this to see how high the chamber temperature will get if I go crazy with sealing it up. Because there are little panel gaps in it. Like this is like a Tesla, only slightly better when it comes to panel gaps. There are panel gaps because this is all sheet metal and it's folded and whatnot. So there are gaps. I don't think it's that big of an issue, especially if you're printing PLA, it's a complete non-issue. But I want to see how high we can get the chamber temperature. Also, it's already covered in dust because I was out here working on stuff over the weekend. It's already covered in dust. So what I want to do is two things today. We want to design a little box, a little magnetic box that covers up our exhaust here in the back for two reasons. One, right now it's open. So when you're printing ABS, the fans stay off. The fans just stay off. When the print's done, it turns the fans on and it exhausts the bad air. But these are just holes. This is, it's open, okay? So when it's printing, if you're printing ABS, you don't want it exhausting hot air. You want to keep the hot air in the machine. The hot air is just kind of and working its way out. So far, it hasn't been an issue. I'm getting over 50 Celsius with it. I went up like 2 degrees with putting that piece of thing on the back. So what I want to do is something that the Pantheon actually does. The Pantheon has pretty much the same setup where it's got 2 fans in the back exhausting air. They have that to control chamber temperature if it gets too high, but they also have a filter behind it, like an actual like HEPA filter. And the thing is, the filter really isn't there to filter particulates. It's there to basically give it more so the fan has to overcome static pressure. So this way, when the fans are off, it kind of, the air travels through least resistance, right? Less hot air will escape. So I figure I've got some carbon pellets here, right? I've got a bunch, I've stole some from a bamboo here, and I got these ones here, which are left over from that. I figure today we will try doing some CAD. One, so I can learn a little bit more CAD and figure out how to do it a little bit better because I got projects I want to do. And two, I've never made like a mod for a printer before. Really, I haven't made any accessories for printers like ever. So I figure, let's make a little magnetic box that we can print. I want to try print in place. I want to try having a print in place hinge on it. And you'll see, I got the design up here, right? That sticks onto the back of this magnetically, and we can fill it with carbon pellets. So that way, one, it cuts down on the smells. If you're not me and your nose is completely immune to smells. So one, it'll cut down on smells. Two, it will somewhat filter particulates, although I honestly don't care about that. But three, it'll act like a little bit of a static pressure build. So the fans can still blow air through when they're blowing, but it will kind of stop air from just kind of drifting out. I think that'll be a fun little project, and we'll go from there. Sound good? Sound good. Okay. School or something? I mean, you fill out the form, whatever you put as the shipping address is wherever it goes for the filament if you want to. Or you could just take it and go to the school and give it away. It's up to you. So I got to log into... oh, by the way, we have been printing all the parts for the box turtle. They're coming out pretty good. Coming out pretty good. I've had a few parts warp on me, but I cleaned the bed because I think I got stuff on the bed when I was moving it around, and that completely went away. So I'm assuming that was just like some grit or something got on the bed for one batch of plates. But let me log in here. Nope, that's not my Fusion password. Are you my Fusion password? Nope, you're not my Fusion password. What is my Fusion password? Un momento, por favor, s'il vous plaît, bibliothèque. What are you, Fusion password? Reset password. That's what my password is. It's reset password. Reset password. Save. That's the easiest way to remember your password. It's just reset password, and then you get a new one. Huzzah. Go to product. Allow. Open link. There we go. Okay. Opening product. There we go. Connecting to my data. There we go. How often do you reapply? Not often. Not often. I think the amount I put on the bed when I put some on was like too little. Normally I put one complete coat on the bed, but I think I just put a few drops and kind of spread it around, which there was like one corner of the bed, I had 2 parts warped. So either something got on the bed like grit wise, because I was out here spray painting, working on stuff over the weekend. So either like my hand grease got on it or something got on it, or I just didn't actually end up putting any on that corner. Because like I've been printing like all these parts great, and then I had 2 parts that were like really small footprint on the bed. In one corner, both fail. And I'm like, okay, that's probably not the printer. Because I printed a plate right after that had parts in the same area, and they stuck after I cleaned it all. So I'm assuming it was just kind of like a Did I get rid of them? I mean, they're downstairs. I only ever had 2 bamboo printers, the P1S and the X1, and I'll be honest, the P1S got barely any use out of me because it was open frame, and I never enclosed it. So I faffed around with it every now and then, but the machine has like maybe a couple hundred hours on it at most. The X1 had a couple thousand on it, but I barely used it in the past year because it just doesn't fit with my workflow. The fact that you have to do everything on it completely different than every other printer I have just kind of is the redheaded stepchild of my printer fleet, essentially. So I ended up just getting it off the shelf just because why? Also, the whole, not caring about copywritten models uploaded to their website and the whole bullshit with their firmware, I'm just not going to actively promote them at all. So, how do you clean it off? Soapy water. Soapy water works. Okay. Okay, got it. Okay, Fusion. Shut up, Fusion. There we go. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. Oh my God. Okay, there we go. Close. Jeez, nothing is worse than opening up software for the first time, and it's like, we've made it better. Here are 50 things that you gotta ignore now because we added a bunch of crap. Okay, behold Fusion. Fusion 360 is like the only CAD software I know, and by no, I'm putting extremely generous air quotes, and Windows 3D Builder. And I don't think what we would do here would be fun to do in Windows 3D Builder. So we're gonna do it in here. And because I think my skill levels are pretty basic, you can follow along at home and you won't be lost. I could probably bring my kid out here and he probably wouldn't be lost because I don't know that much. So we'll figure it out. Most overpriced? I never paid for it. I have the free version for personal use. I don't make $50,000 a year off of it or whatever the minimum is. So I just get the hobbyist license. Like I don't make money off of it. And if they want to come out and argue that what I'm doing right now is making money off of it, they're free to do so, but I ain't paying for this. If they try something like that, I'm just gonna not use it anymore. For the amount I use it, it is nowhere near worth it to pay for like whatever the license is for. Like, I think I still have like AutoCAD 2004 ISO on a server somewhere. Maybe. Okay, so how do we do this? We need a box. Let me grab my scale. Because I don't know if the CAD that Prusa released for the side panels includes the back panel. So we're just gonna not bother looking. Can you stream with a professional license? With a personal license? I don't know, why. Oh, here it is. As far as I'm aware, as long as I'm not making $50,000 a year off of the software, the personal license or the hobby license is fine. I have the hobby license. And it has like a maximum amount that you're allowed to make per year. And considering I don't make anything on here that I sell, and unless we have a Saudi oil prince in chat that wants to drop a 50 grand donation, please do. It'll help me pay off my mortgage. I don't think we're going to be hitting that today. So I think we're good. So let's see. What do we got here? How big is this? So we need a box that is at least 140 wide. Go by 70. 140 by 70. Ooh, I'm just realizing that's gonna be a problem. There are screws that stick out the back. There are screws that stick out the back. That might not be a problem. We'll see. Can you use the Bento 3D to make your box? The thing with the Bento boxes, they're all designed to go inside. I'm trying to design from scratch here. This is a learning process. We are learning. I'm learning. So we got what, 140 wide by, we'll do 70. So sketch, boom, cool, square, 140 millimeters by 70 millimeters. Behold, a box. This is how big we need to cover up. Okay. Yeah, we're making a filter. I'm trying to make a box that we can have magnets on that sticks on the back over the exhaust that we could fill with charcoal pellets. Or is this silica gel? Desiccant. Is this silica, or I thought this was... I could have sworn I had 2 boxes of this stuff. Where did I put the other stuff? Is that the same stuff? What do I got in here? What do I even have in here? I might have to steal the charcoal out of there. Oh, this is silica. Shoot. Okay, well. Okay, there we go. So we have pellets in here. We got pellets in here that I'm going to use. I'm going to steal these pellets instead. If I can figure out how to open this. How did I open this? If I can figure out how to open this. There we go. Yeah. Behold, charcoal pellets. So we're basically trying to make this. I mean, shoot. Don't tell me it's this simple. Don't tell me I could just do this. Please tell me I can just do this. I don't want to just do this. I want to make my own thing. But essentially, I want to make that. Only, obviously, that. So that's the plan. That is the plan. Jar of charcoal pellets for my bamboo. You got to be careful with some of the pellets, because apparently some of the pellets can cause metal to rust. Apparently that's a thing. I've seen it happen with some of the Nevermores. So yeah, be aware of that. Okay. All right, so let's offset all these. Offset. We're gonna have, how big is the walls in the box? Well, it'll be what? So 0.4, 1.2 mil. 1.2 millimeter. And we want, or actually, yeah, we want outside. No. Outside? Yeah, 1.2. Okay. And then, how wide are these? What they use in fish tanks is fine? Okay, that's good. So these pellets are dirty, but they are, how big of a hole do we need? So a 1 millimeter hole. A 1 millimeter hole is enough to stop them. Because these are a total of, and yes, I'm using a scale. Actually, no, 1 millimeter is way too much. No, I was looking at it. I was looking at thous. These are, what is it? 1, 2, 3. They're about 4 millimeters wide. So 2 millimeter hole going up to 3. So, because you want the exhaust coming that way. Because the plan is, I want to have V's. I want to do V's. I'm having fun here. So if it's 4 millimeters, so offset. So if this is 140, what's 140 divided by 4? 140 divided by, yeah, welcome to the 35. Okay, so it's 35 equal things. Okay, so offset 4. Okay, now here's the first thing. How do I offset this again and again and again? Because I want to have offset -4. No, how do I offset? Yeah, click that. Click the line, offset -4. Why can't I offset an offset line? Pattern tool. Okay, so so where is pattern? Pattern. Is this parallel? Equal? Where is linear pattern? Finish sketch. Okay. Where is linear pattern? Great. Pattern. Rectangular pattern, circular pattern, pattern or path. So I want to do oh, it's in sketch. Pattern, circular, rectangular. There's rectangular. Rectangular pattern. 4 mil. Oh, I see. Okay, quantity, 35. Ah! No, I want 4 millimeter spacing. No. Change from extend to spacing. Oh, okay, wait, extend, spacing. Okay, so distance is 4 millimeters, and the pattern is 35. Oh yeah. Okay. Sweet. Okay. So the plan is I want 2 millimeter gaps. I want it to be basically a V. Okay. So what I can do is if I select all these, how do I select all of these? Okay. Because what I want to do is have 2 millimeter gaps that go up to like, or actually, no, I want a 0.8 millimeter bottom of the V, because it's 2 layer lines essentially, so 2.4, and then it comes up to 2 millimeters, like a V, essentially. So can I highlight these? How do you highlight a bunch of these? Control A, no. From left to right. Oh, right to left? Okay. So that's the line. So how would I tell it that I want each one of these lines to be offset? Offset. No. Hold shift or control. I'm just trying to collect the lines. I just want the lines. Because we're not selecting the lines. I'm selecting the... Because what I want to do... Negative 0.4. Offset 0.4. I want to basically do this. I want 0.8 lines. I can only do 1 by 1. Okay. So what would be the easiest way if I want to turn these lines, edit my pattern. Okay, so let's do this. Let's do this. So create rectangular offset, spacing, quantity 35, 4mm spacing. And then extrude to create the taper if you want each slot to have a tapered gap. Oh, I could do that. I could do that. I could taper. Yeah, I see what you mean. I see what you mean. Okay, so let's watch. So offset. We're going to offset 4mm. Okay. And then this one, offset 0.4. Can I not offset an offset? Why can't I offset an offset? Offset. Cannot select self-constrained curve. What the frick? What is going on here? CAD struggle is real. Can't offset an offset. Why? Why not? Okay, you want to do this? You want to do this? You're gonna make me do it all Neanderthal like. Everyone here who knows CAD is probably in chat right now going, "Oh my God, why is he doing it?" I'm learning. Okay, so offset 0.4. Okay. Offset negative 0.4. And delete that line. There we go. Why does that line not look straight, or is my eyes just messed? So now, click that line, create rectangular pattern. Okay, create 34 of these, spacing 4mm. Yay! Enter. Okay. So these are 0.8mm, and I want them to taper up to 2mm over about 4mm. So how would I do that? This is wrong, but you like it a lot. So my entire knowledge of Fusion is basically create, sketch, extrude. Create, sketch, extrude. Create, sketch, extrude. Simple as that. Okay. Because here's the thing, I want this to be like a reverse grill, okay? I want this to be basically like a reverse, this is a grill, but I want it to be tapered so that it can direct more air in, because it's basically looking at it, it'll be like this, but then the gap in the back will be so small that the pellets can't get through. Create a second sketch, align them, and then loft one to the other. Okay. How do you loft? Draw the side view, make it a pattern, and then extrude. Ooh, that's a good idea. Okay, so if I do this, so line, no, I want to go up. Oh, I think I got to make a new sketch. Finish sketch. Okay. Sketch on this surface. Okay. Line. Okay. So we want to go up. We'll go 3mm. 3mm. Okay. And then line. So that'll be 2mm. So that's 1 full millimeter. Actually, that's too much. Let's bring it down. 2mm. So 2, 1, 1. Okay. Where'd the other one go? then line from here to there. Go from there to there. Okay. Okay. So now I need to duplicate this pattern all the way down. So I did not need to do this. I did not need to do this at all. Create rectangular pattern. Oh wait, no. Boom, 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 boom. No, not that. Okay, create rectangular pattern. So we want 35 of these. Distance of 4 millimeters. Yeah. Oh wait, sorry, 34. Okay. And then I should probably wait. Let's do this. Ready? Okay, wait. I'm learning here. Extrude 70. Negative 70. There we go. Sure is a lot of bodies. Well, shoot. Create. One second here. What'd I do? Line 0.4. Line. Yeah, I know. Okay, 2. 1 second. Oops, shoot. 1 second. I know what I'm doing. I know this isn't what I should be doing, but I'm doing it. 1. Extrude 70. No, negative 70. Negative 70. Yeah. There we go. And then we got to do the same on this side. So 1 second here. Sketch. Create. Where did like that, create rectangular pattern. Okay, 4 millimeters. No, I want to go the other way. How do you wait? One direction. No, I want to go the other way. How do you make it go? How do you make it go a certain way? There you go. Okay. Extrude negative 70. Okay. There we go. Now, how big should the box be? How big should the box be? Let's see. So, this box, for reference, it's like Twitch plays Pokemon. We're learning. This is a learning experience for me and everyone. So this is 25 millimeters, I think. We'll go with 22 millimeters. 22 millimeters. 22 millimeters. Cut. Join. Okay. Behold, a box. Behold, it's a box. Now let me undo that because I screwed up. I should not have done that. Because we need to make this a live joint. No, stop with this stupid. There. Okay, there we go. Let's extrude 22 millimeters. Okay, so the plan is, how I want this to kind of work is we're gonna have, now here's the question. Do I vent out the top or do I vent out the back? Do I vent out the top or do I vent out the back? I'm thinking vent out the top. Yeah, so I think the plan is, one second here. Extrude, do 4. There we go. So the plan is we'll have a back part that slides in here, that slides in and seals the back off because it's easier to print. I don't want to try and bridge this whole thing. Bridging this, we probably could actually bridge it. I probably could put some like supports in here that would allow this to be bridged, or I could just have the rear part slide in. I'm thinking have the rear part slide in would be the easiest way to do it. Hot air goes up. Here's the thing. I'm wondering if it'd be better to have the hot air go down. Because then too, when you turn the fans on, it will actively push the air down and out. Okay, it'll actively push the air down and out. Plus the pellets will settle at the bottom. So you'll get more air moving through the pellets, which is the goal, right, for the active filtering. So if we have it vent down, when the fans are engaged, it'll work better with the pellets. And when the fans are off and we're trying to get higher chamber temperatures, we'll have even less air sneaking out. I think that's a good idea to do it that way. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that. We'll have it vent downward. We'll have it vent downward. See, we're learning. And don't forget, if you're having so much fun here, enter for your chance to win some Polymaker filament. Link in the video description. While you're down there, don't forget to like the smash button, ring the bell, and if you want to help support the channel, the content I create, and the things I do, consider becoming a channel member, Patreon supporter, or if you're really cool, gifting memberships to others. It's the best way to support the channel. Okay, so we need to essentially think of it as this now. Okay, so the top is the top. So this is coming in. So this is what's up against the back. Venting down only matters when you're worried about particulates or liquid. Yeah, we don't need to worry about that. Yeah, the air is gonna have to, because I think when the fan's engaged, there's gonna be enough oomph to push the air through the pellets, no problem. And plus, I'm not gonna be printing a lot of PLA on here anyway, same with PETG, but it's gonna be nice to have the ability to. So I'm trying to, I don't wanna hot box it, but I do wanna make it more efficient, especially at the heating up part. Because I'll be honest, my garage is a little chilly out here. Like today, it's 17 Celsius in the garage. It does take this machine a little bit to get up to ABS temps. It does. Okay, so we need to make some slots here. A good old slot. How are we gonna put a slot in this? And we're also gonna have to make some positive retention too, unfortunately. Because if I slide the back on, I don't want it to fall out. And I want to have as few seams as possible. So we'll have two parts. We'll have the rear part slide in up. So the back will slide in up And then the bottom part, then you flip it over, you pour your pellets in, and then when you put the bottom part in, which will have vents facing down, that locks the rear part in, I think. Yeah, we'll go with that. We'll go with that. First steps are always fun. Cheers! I'm assuming Jake? Or Josh. Jake or Josh? Shit. Cheers, Millennium Machines person. Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna need to put some slots in this. Some good old slots. There's a lot of slots in Vegas. Yes, I'm quoting Beavis and Butthead Do America right now. Anyways. Okay. So, I mean, I could easily sketch here. Because here's my problem. I have no idea how to make different assemblies. This is like my one weakness right now. I do not know how to make assemblies. Oh, wait. One second here. What? Wait. Shoot, I'm gonna make these. How balls 2 millimeters? Yeah, we're gonna bump these out. Go away, sketch. I don't want to see you. Extrude 2. Okay, 4 millimeter walls. Okay, so we got 4 millimeter walls. That one's okay for now. Actually, no, I'm gonna bump that out too. Extrude 2. There we go. Don't worry, I'll fill it all with chamfers when we're done. It'll look very pretty. We'll have a ton of chamfers on it. Don't you worry. We'll chamfer the crap out of this. It'll look all nice and pretty when we're done. Don't worry. Don't worry. I think what I can do here is if I do a sketch on the top here, okay? So, can I snap it to that? Yeah. There we go, okay. And then select this, extrude 2 millimeters up, and I want this to be a new body. New body, okay. Wait, did I not select the right thing? Oh, wait. Did I not select the, oh wait, I forgot to. Where did my design go? Where did my line go? What are you? Oh wait, oh shoot, I'm looking at, okay, this is the bottom. I'm looking at the top. I'm looking at this upside down. I'm looking at, oh, here we go. It's on this side. There we go, okay. There we go, okay, grab that. There we go. I was looking at the wrong side. Okay, so you are now the whole thing. Okay. So extrude 2 millimeters, positive. Okay. And this is a new component or new body? New body or new component? Is it new body or new component? New body or new component? Which one do I want? New body's fine? Okay. Okay. Ah! Finish sketch. Okay. Where'd it go? Did I? extrude to new body. Okay. Okay, there we go. Okay. So how much of an overhang do we have here? Oh, how do I turn on the shaded edges? Somebody's like saying shaded edges. How do I do shaded edges? Shaded edges. Where are shaded edges? Where is shaded edges? Monitor icon at the bottom. Visual style. Shaded with visible edges only. There we go. Okay. Oh my God. How did I do CAD without this? How did I ever do CAD without this? I feel like a flippin' Neanderthal. I just see the light now. I am just seeing the light now. Okay, I wanna, let's see here, inspect, how much is this? Also, please no backseat driving. Yes, I know, I'm probably annoying the heck out of people who do CAD for a living and whatnot, but I'm having fun and I'm learning. Please let me have this. 1.2 millimeters, okay. So we're a little bit off square. 0.2, okay. So I'm gonna extrude you 0.8. Extrude 0.8, there we go. Wait, extrude 0.8. No, I don't want to join. There we go. No. 0.8. No, not new body. Not intersect. New component? What? Okay, you ready? Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this? Ready? Ready? Watch, watch. Okay. There we go. Extrude 0.8. There we go. I'll just move it up a little bit. We just move it up a little bit. Extrude 0.8. There we go. And that's fine because that sits in the bottom. Actually, no, we'll extrude 0.8. There we go. Okay. Could have used pull function. That is true. That is true. Okay, so we have our lid. There is our lid. I will put hexagons or something cool on it, but for now, we're good. We're good. We're all learning here. We're learning. This is learning. This is me making a fool of myself. For the CAD people in the back, you can all laugh at me. I give you full permission to laugh at me for this. Okay. So bodies. Oh my God. Okay, you ready? I'm not gonna bother merging bodies. I'm just gonna be very. Oh my God. Okay. Lid. Okay. Now. Lid. Copy. Paste. Behold, lid. Ready? Ready? Edit. How do I subtract? Where is subtract? -5.5. Where is subtract? Where is create? Modify? Modify. Split, replace, combine, scale, draft, chamfer, press, pull. Where is 2 squares used to modify? Combine? I don't want combine, I want subtract. Oh, join? Okay. Cut. intersect. No, I don't want join. Target, oh, I see. Target body is this one. Okay, wait, cancel. Okay. So we want to subtract. So target body is this. Tool body is this. Okay. And then, what we're gonna do because that's gonna be a bitch to print. Yeah, that might work. There we go. You need to add clearance in that slide. Oh, I know. I'm aware. Negative 0.1. 0.2. Do negative 0.2. I said okay. What's going on here? Cancel. Extrude. Negative 0.2. Cool. Extrude. Negative 0.2. Boom. There we go. This is going to be kind of a bitch to print, I think. But I can always, it's a first design. Do the thickness too? Yeah. Negative 0.2. There we go. So one layer should be okay. So this should slide in there now and at least hold. And now we need to figure out how to make a lid or make, so this is the lid. So how do you make it new group? Body. No, wait, no, group one. You all go in there. Yay! Main body. There we go. The channel name change? What do you mean? Like Canuck Creator? It's been this way for like almost a year now. Combine all the strips into one body. Never! Independent bodies. Also, I'm totally going to use them later. You have to join all the bodies? Do you? They are joined. Oh. I mean. Where is join? Modify. Combine. No, combine. Join. There you go. One body. Okay, so now we need to make this guy. Extrude, 5.2. Okay. So now we got to make a part. 1 millimeter. Okay. So now we need to make a part that slides down into here and locks this all in place. You can also select the face when extruding. Okay. So now we need to make the bottom part. So, let's see here. And by the way, the plan, because these stick out, I'm gonna put foam tape so we can cover them, essentially. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Might have to modify and put some like clearance, extra clearance or something for these screws that stick out the back. We'll see. Okay, so now this is the back. We need to make a part that slides into here. So let's just take a look here. So inspect how this should be. What do we got here? 1.8 millimeters. And from here to there. No, no, I want to measure vertically. Well, actually, no, it'd be here. Watch. Inspect. There to there. 18. So it's 20 millimeters. So 20 millimeters. Because we're gonna go 2, and then so it'll be 24 millimeters because we're gonna go 2 millimeters down into here. Okay. An offset of 0.35. Okay. I want it to be somewhat tight. The plan is basically I'm how do I word this? I want to find the problems on my own. 0.35 probably work. I'm going with 0.2 on each side, which is 0.4 overall. So we might be okay. I want it to be as tight as possible without it being overly tight. So that's 18 millimeters, so that'll be 20 millimeters. So I need a 20 millimeter thing, but then I'm also gonna have a little positive detent on the top. So, what do we make it today? We are trying to make a magnetic carbon filter for the back of the Prusa Core 1. Simple as that. So let's do, so this is 18 millimeters, so we need a 20 millimeter slot. Okay, so sketch on the surface. Sweet. Okay. So 2 millimeters. New. 2 millimeters. Line. 2 millimeters. Why does that seem really off? I mean, it doesn't really matter. Okay, box time. Boop. So 42, 144. Okay. Now, extrude 2. New body. Okay. Actually, that was a bad idea. Move it out 5 mil. Nope, not that. Move. No. Okay, there's the body. I want to move the body. There we go. 5 millimeters. Okay, cool. So there's the bottom part. So now I need to put this exact same grill pattern in here. So now we need to make the exact same grill pattern in there. This is bottom lid. It's going to be flimsy. We'll see. We'll see. The plan is I'm going to put a little lip on this, like a lip that sticks out the top. So that way it kind of like, it does this and locks it in place so that the back panel can't pop out. And then I will put like some positive indents. Want to try something different? Yeah, I guess. Why grid instead of holes? Because Making holes will make it stronger. Well, I want as much air coming out the back. Simple as that. Like I can add some horizontal stuff. Like there's only the 2 holes here. I'm learning. I don't really do a lot of CAD designing myself. I'm trying to learn on my own what works and what doesn't, essentially. I want to find failures, essentially. I want to try and find failures on my own. Simple as that. Try a pattern of holes. Does anyone know, how would I do a pattern of holes? So say I'm on the bottom here. I wanted to make a pattern of holes for the bottom. How would I go about making a pattern of holes that are like canonical? Okay, so. Create pattern, circular pattern, okay. Use the hole to create the first hole, then it can be tapered. Okay, so let's see here. One second here. Let me, so if I create a hole, let's put one hole right smack dab in the middle of this plate. There's right in the middle. Okay, so we want this to be tapered. Countersink. I want tapered. So it's 2 millimeters. Okay. It is 4 on the bottom, 2 at the top. 2 at the top, 4 at the bottom. Top, 2 at the bottom. No, I don't want it tapped. I want tape. No, I don't want tapped. I want tapered. Counterbore, countersink. No, I don't. I don't want it tapped. Countersink. 2. Wait, cancel. Okay, 1 second here. Create hole on here. There's the middle. Hole tool is for screws. Hole and chamfer one edge. I mean, okay, yeah, I guess we could just do clearance, simple, 2, 2. Actually, no. No, it'd be 2. It'd be 2. It'd be 2. So that. And then modify chamfer 4. Two. There we go. Now I want to fill up the entire bottom of this with it. So, nope. Create pattern, circular pattern, faces 1, axis. Okay. On a line. I have no idea what I'm doing here. Rectangular. Okay, so create pattern, rectangular pattern. Oh wait, okay, I see. Okay, 1 second. 1 second. Create pattern, rectangular pattern. No, I want that. Okay. Like the axis. Yeah, I got that. Okay. No, what? What? Hey. Object type features. Okay, 1 second. Okay, select feature to pattern. Create pattern. Rectangular pattern. Features. Okay. Axis. I want it to be horizontal, so it'd be on this axis. Okay, quantity 5, 20. Okay. Symmetric. Ah, okay. Okay. We're getting there. Nope. Features. Okay. That hole in the middle, it is in the middle. It's in the middle. So how do I type adjust, optimize, distance, spacing? Select the second axis as well. Symmetric. Oh, there we go. There we go. 3, 5. There we go. Okay. Now do I hit OK? Let the whole feature too. Select the whole feature. Select it on the timeline. How do you, I can't even see the timeline. Chamfer. Okay, but how do I ensure that we got this? If you're okay with that, click OK. In the timeline. Okay, but what? What am I doing? Pull? And edit the whole tool. I don't know what I'm doing. Get rid of the overlap. No, I want the overlap. I want the overlap. Click what? What am I clicking? Click objects in the side window. Okay. Oh, shit. Control Z. Fuck. Okay. Create pattern, rectangular pattern, features, that and that. Okay, so we got both features. Axis, got that axis. Quantity 23, 6mm spacing, symmetric. 70. That's not right. Okay. And then axis 2, symmetric, 3. There we go. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to have them overlap. I'm not going to have them overlap. They're going to overlap ever so slightly. I really don't care. Now hit OK. This will be the other way around. This will be the other way around. So the canonical side will face inward. Okay, so now, Control, copy. This. Oh shoot. Cancel. Dang it, because I got all these holes now. I should have made one of these without all the holes and subtracted that little slot first. Yeah. Just go back in time. How do I do that? I don't use I never really use the timeline. Save right now. Save. Core 1. Exhaust box. Save. Okay. Drag the thing with the... Ah! Okay. There we go. Okay. Okay, and now modify, combine, target body, this guy, full body, that guy, subtract. Okay. There we go. So there we go. That should be it, I believe. Because this will slide in there. So let's extrude negative 0.2. A little bit of clearance. Extrude negative 0.2. Clearance. Okay. And there we go. That should be a functional box. Although, we're going to do a little something here. See if this works. Lid for the face plate. Well, the plan is this will print like this. This will print on its own, and then this will be face down. Just size by any sketch. That's not how I work. I've got a weird way of working with CAD, trust me. These holes are 2 millimeters each. Because I don't want them to be, they are half the size of the carbon pellets, essentially. Because the carbon pellets have a hole, are roughly 4 millimeters wide. So. Can we get a history replay? Okay. What about holes for magnets? Oh, that'll all come later. I'm gonna print this now. Well, actually, no. What time is it? 3:30. Shoot. Because here's the thing. Oh yeah. Oh, bottom left. Okay, play. Behold, art. So now we got to make magnets on this. Magnets are going to be pretty easy, because I am just going to add some flaps on the outside that we just stick some magnets on, because I've got a bunch of these. So adding magnets should be pretty easy, because these are pretty strong as is. More clearance. I got 0.2 millimeters of clearance. So I got 0.4 millimeters of clearance. I got 0.2 on each side. So we should be okay. But essentially, how big are these magnets? How big are these magnets? These are Prusa magnets. How big are these magnets? I don't have a way of measuring these. 1 second. Oh, not in thickness. Yeah. Yeah, I gotta do thickness still. I gotta get down with the thickness. Okay, let's see. How big are these magnets? They are, sticking to my magnet. So they're 20 millimeters by 6 millimeters, 20 by 6 by 2. By 6 by 2. So we need to do a sketch on, not that. I mean, I could, screw it. I'll make this quick and easy. So 20 by 6 by 2. So let's just do there. There. So 20 by 6 by 2. We'll do 3.2. Wait, what am I doing? No. Stupid thing. You'll see. Yeah. No, stupid thing. Come on. 2. .2. Okay. Extrude 8 millimeters. Okay. Create sketch. Whoop. So how big did I make that? 8 millimeters? 8 mil? Okay, so we'll go 1 millimeter in. Said 1 millimeter in. Line. 0.4. Okay. So that's 6.2 by 2.2. Extrude. Negative 21. Booyah. Magnet slot. Is this the right way to do it? Probably not. This is how I do CAD. Line. 0.2. Or correction, 0.4. Line. 0.4. 6.2 by 2.2. Extrude, -21. There you go. Mirror. I think we're a little late for that. What is that? 8 millimeters, and that is 3.2. Oh, okay. Inspect, or no, sketch on this side. Okay, so let's do this. 8, 3.2, extrude. Whoop. Oh wait, join. How do I... Isn't there like a way to like make it snap? 0.4. Extrude. 0.4. There we go. Why not mirror? Because I don't know how to mirror. Okay? Don't know how to mirror. Don't know how to mirror. 1. Line. 0.4. Okay, 6.2 by 2.2. Extrude. -21. Boom. Also, the bait. I'm learning, and I'm doing it wrong, but it's working. It's just not the most efficient way of doing it. Okay, so this is 6.2. That's 2.2. Boom. Extrude. -21. Boom. Okay. So now we have a fancy dancy box with 4 magnets in it. Is 4 magnets enough to hold it? Yes. Hopefully. We'll find out. We'll find out. Now we get to do everyone's favorite part of designing something. Now we get to do everyone's favorite part of designing something. Chamfers. Gonna make this all nice and purty. Make it all purty-like with some chamfering. And some fillets. Gonna fillet it all. Go 2. Go 1. Remember, fillets on the top, chamfers on the bottom. Okay. Get rid of those corners on just that side. And then okay. We will put, is this going to go in the inside? Fillet 1. Wait, where'd it go? Fillet 1. What's this? What's this? What is where's this coming from? Curvature? Tangent? Fillet? You have 2 bodies. I have 2 bodies here? Delete. Delete. Oh, move it first? Okay. No, give me my tool. Give me my grab tool. There we go. Why do I have 2 of these? Okay, whatever. Delete. Okay. Yeah, I don't know why I have 2 of these. Delete. Delete. Okay, but what? It undid my chamfer, my shrinkage of it. Yeah, okay, whatever. Extrude. -0.2. -0.2. Okay. Fillet 1. Okay. Let's hide these now. Fillet 4, 2, 3. There we go. Fillet 3. Okay. Fillet 3. There we go. Cancel. Up. Uh-oh. Ah! Oh no! Oh no! Come back to me! Okay, I'll let it think. I'll let it think. While it's doing that, how y'all doing today? Everyone doing good? There we go. It aired out, but then it unaired out. Okay. I'm hoping there's enough meat here to lock it in. It should be. But I think we're good now. We got our slots for our magnets. We got our bottom grill there. I think we're good. I think I can, we can print this. So, we got our main body. We got our lid. What is this part? Yeah, there's the main body. Okay. So, save as mesh. STL. Okay. We're going to save this to main body. We are going to save that to this to the desktop. Save. Save. Yes, I know the lid's very boring. We will make a better. We're going to call this the lid. Bottom lid. Safe. Cool. The thickness of the bottom lid needs clearance. Oh, you are right. You are right. You are right. Extrude. -0.2. Okay. You are right. You are right. Bottom lid. Okay. Save. Okay. So now, let's print it. I would print it on the Core 1, but it's not plugged in. So let's plug it in. There we go. Let me get some power. Get some power up in here. What is this box for? It's for the back. There's an exhaust fan, and I want to put a carbon filter on it for 2 reasons. 1, smell. I really don't care, but people might. And 2, to give it more static pressure, or give it so the filter has to work through more to function, or we don't lose as much heat, essentially. Okay, let's see here. Downloads, desktop. Okay. And if this does work, and I do end up uploading it to Thingiverse, you bet I'm going to properly reorientate these files. Slice them. I don't know why we have a brim. Slice it. Made a brim. Should have made it fish shaped. That would have been funny. There we go. Those overhangs should be fine. We'll see. Send to connect. Show time estimate, hour 45 minutes. Hour and 45 minutes. What I will do, if this works, I will figure out how to draw a fish on the lid. How's that? How's the core one? I'm liking it so far. I'm liking it so far. Okay, so now this might take a bit because this is ABS, and it's 17 in the chamber. It's got to get up to 45 before it'll start printing. I can skip it, but I'm gonna let it go for a bit. How much is the fish? $99.99.99 plus tax and VAT. Okie dokie, so we'll let that go. What's going on here? There we go. All notification. Is the fish in stock? I don't think the fish will ever be in stock. I think the whole fish thing is a joke, to be honest. Heating up everything. It's pretty cool. It actually overheats the bed to like make the chamber get hotter quicker, and then it'll drop it down to its actual printing temperature. Hooking up with drones. I'm totally hooked up with drones. Have fun. I gotta get back into it. I haven't flown in a while. The weather's been kind of crap here. I mean, it's winter. So I haven't flown my drones in a while, and I need to get back into it. Like, even this year, I only flew like half dozen times, and it was just go out to a field, fly around for a bit, and come home. Don't really have a lot around me to fly at, too, so that part kind of sucks. But it is what it is. 3D printed drones. I haven't played with 3D printed drone because here's the downside. Or here's the hard truth. No matter how good of a 3D printed drone you design, a very cheap sheet of 3mm thick carbon fiber and an at-home CNC router, desktop router, will cut a better frame. Can you plug your drone controller? Yeah, Tyrannus X-Lite is what I use. So that plugs in via USB. But this way, my feet are cold. Like in my garage right now, my feet are cold. And also, I'm gonna be building an AI test bench because somebody's sending me a video card, so I can steal a video card out of another computer, and gonna be building an AI test bench because I already been playing around with it on my main desktop, but I kind of want to build like a little dedicated, completely off-grid AI box. So that's going to be something I'm going to be faffing about with in the next little bit. Design a 3D printed case and whatnot. Convert your Death Racer. The Death Racer does use tracks. I got to actually start printing parts for it, but the plan is I want to print all the parts on this. So right now I'm printing everything with the stock nozzle in ABS for the, that's loud, the turtle box. And then once that's done, I'm going to swap the nozzle out to a hardened nozzle and put a bunch of abrasive material through it just to test. So. Radio meter, nice. That's one thing, like, the problem is, like, a lot of the stuff I got for, like, I'm not a huge fan of the Tyrannus X Lite because it's like an Xbox style controller where you got to use your thumbs, and I guess you're supposed to pinch when you're flying FPV, but that's how I know. Like, that's all I know. And I bought it because it was, like, cheap at the time. Like, I bought a lot of the stuff that I used for FPV, like, 5 years ago, and then I didn't use any of it for, like, 2 years. So we'll see. We're gonna drone video on Discord live stream. It does pretty good. You can start. If it's not the video I'm thinking of. Yeah, I've seen that one, the Hoffman tactical one. The thing is with that, here, watch. So, here, let me pull that video up here. So I'm not gonna play the video yet. Let me go grab something. I'll be back. This is doing whatever it's doing. 1 second. Where did I put it? Where did I put it? It should be in here. Yep, it's in here. Okay. So that little drone there, I think it's a 2.5. So this is like I think it's a 2.5 one. So it's 3D printed, and the thing is, I've seen him talk about it on Twitter and whatnot. It's heavy. That's the problem with these drones; they get heavy quick. That's what I made. This is an Odinata. So this is an analog drone. 2-inch. I think it's 2-inch props. 2S or 3S. Analog. This I made I cut the frame for this myself on like a 3018. This is like 2 or 3 millimeter thick carbon fiber plate. I cut the frame myself on a 3018 in my garage. Like, you don't really need anything super. Ooh, 1 second here. Yeah, you don't really need anything fancy. And the thing is, this is way lighter, and lighter on this size is like, it's, okay, let's skip that. It's a percentage thing. So 2 grams doesn't mean anything on like a 5-inch, okay? But 2 grams on a drone that weighs 16 grams is quite a bit. So that's the problem with the 3D printed drones, especially the smaller ones, is they weigh too much for what you get, where you can get much better out of carbon fiber. And the standoffs, these standoffs weigh like nothing. There's only 3 of them too. Yeah, this is a fun little guy. Gotta take him out. He flies around the neighborhood. That one's really fun for flying around the neighborhood, because I have like a little Mobula 7 that I bring to a park, and I like fly it through like the kids' playground area. So it's fun for that. This one is like a nice little backyard whoop, because it's open, right? So you can fly it like a bigger drone. Obviously, it's so light, like it doesn't behave like a bigger drone, but you can kind of fly it like a bigger drone. You don't have to, ducted drones fly differently than open drones. But this is a good like little backyard thing, so you can fly it around the whole backyard and whatnot. That's what I use it for. Dead Cat's fun for cruising. My LR4 that I have, my LR4 is fun. It's a modified LR4 frame with a naked vista and with the high voltage 1100 milliamp hour battery high voltage. I get almost like 12 minutes of flight time if I baby it. Like I've flown it out 5 kilometers. And the best part is with the battery and everything all up weight, 250 grams. It's like just a hair under 250. So I don't need to register it or anything. You live inside a restricted area. We have nothing near me. Like, that's the thing. I can fly them around near me, but there's nothing near me. I live in Southern Ontario. It's flat, boring farmland. It's like, oh, wow, fields. And I hate flying over fields because during the year, if you go down in a cornfield, it's gone. You ain't finding it. So. I live under the flight path of an airport, but I'm far enough away, it's not an issue. It's a t-shirt. No, this shirt isn't on the merch store. Somebody made me this shirt and sent it to me, and I can't remember who. And I don't want to have somebody make a clone of it without their permission. I need to get some new merch on the store. That's something I got to do. I got to get new merch. I got to get a website. I keep procrastinating on stuff. I just got to sit down one day and just start working on stuff, honestly. Okay, skip the absorbing heat part. There we go. Oh, was it you? Okay, so it's probably DeWitt probably has it on his shirt store. I couldn't remember who sent it to me. I'm like, shoot, who sent it? Oh, I said it on a stream? Okay. If you don't mind me putting it up on the store, I'll put it up on the store, but it's your design, so. Like, I'm not gonna stealth steal somebody's freaking design and try and profit off somebody else's thing. And I'll go ahead. Well, in that case, do you happen to have the artwork? Because I'd have to get somebody to remake it, because I cannot into art. There we go. Person do person stuff. I am cold. It is chilly out here. Like, it's 18 in the garage, but I don't know what's going on. Is there a draft or something? I'm chilly today. I did not sleep good last night. I didn't sleep good last night, and yesterday I drove for 8 hours. I drove 3.5 hours, well, actually with traffic, 3 hours and 45 minutes to Toronto. I got there early, because I'm super anal about timing, so like I'm always like early if I have to go anywhere. Like I'm always like paranoid about being late if I'm going anywhere. So I left early, I got there early. I had to sit around for like an hour doing nothing, so I just kind of wandered around Toronto. I didn't go anywhere, I just walked around for like 40 minutes. And then I went to the passport office, or the visa office. I was there for like 30 minutes, and then I drove home. That was a fun day yesterday. So if you're wondering why there wasn't a Twitch stream yesterday, that's why. So I'll try and we'll do a Twitch stream tomorrow. Get all the paperwork done? Yeah, if all goes well, obviously, like it's not a guarantee, but it's most likely, obviously. I should be going to China in March for TCT Asia. So should find out this week if the visa was approved, which I don't see why it wouldn't be, but I'm not saying 100%. Don't see why not, but it's just, it's not a 100% guarantee. Never know nowadays. But yeah, should be a fun trip. Not even I walked by a donut store, but it was too busy. There was a place that had donuts and they looked delicious, but like two things. One, crazy lineup. Well, not crazy lineup, but a lineup, and I didn't feel like waiting. And two, I'm trying to be good on my diet. I try to only cheat on the diet on weekends. It's like lose 3 pounds over the week, gain 1.5 pounds back on the weekend. So we're doing that right now. What kind of YouTuber are if I don't try to profit off other people's work? You, sir, are fake. I'm not the one running a cult up in the mountains. I doubt you will see anything DIY in the near future then. For, what do you mean DIY? For what? Full guys would, ooh, fun. They might not like where Steve is from. The only, like, I filled out the paperwork. There was 2 things. She's like, what is this Canuck creator? Because it's like, what is your job? And I'm like, self-employed Canuck creator, owner. That's what I put. And she's like, what is Canuck creator? I'm like, it's my YouTube channel. Oh, you're a YouTuber. I'm like, yeah, I'm a YouTuber. She's like, oh, what kind? Like food? I'm like, no, tech, 3D printing. Oh, okay. So I had to like scribble and write in there like YouTuber, content creator. And then the only other thing was, I'm a firm believer you don't lie. Never lie when filling out government forms. Just only answer what they specifically ask. But one of the questions on the form is, are you military? Or former military? And I'm like, well, I'm not gonna lie. So I'm like, okay. Yeah, I was a corporal in the Army Reserves. And then it's like, do you have any special training? It's like, no. Nothing cool. Dropping a 40 mic in a garbage can at 300 meters isn't really something that you brag about. Have I ever visited Asia? No. I've been to the UK twice for Smurf. That's the only time I've ever crossed the Atlantic, was going to England, and then technically Iceland on the way there and back this year, or for the last Smurf. But yeah, and then I've been to the States. I've been down to Florida. That's as south as I've been. It's Florida. I've been to the West Coast for Seattle and Open Sauce. Which this year, by the way, unless I like get invited to Open Sauce, I am not going. The cost of traveling in the U.S. for a non-American, it's getting expensive. It's getting expensive. And I've never been across the Pacific, obviously, so. Send me a pic. Okay, everyone screenshot. Was Florida an actual holiday? Florida was literally my high school jazz band that I was part of, went down there to perform. So this was in, I want to say 04, 03 or 04. I can't remember exactly when. Look at it go. I played no, I played the tenor saxophone actually. Saxophone. Yeah, I played the tenor sax. Maybe not logging in. Oh, dang it. Okay, whatever. Did I get the camera working in color? No, and I don't know how to get it working in color, and I'll be honest, I really don't care. I really don't care. Like here, let me pull it up here. Yeah, like, let's see here, core 1, statistics, no, settings, history, camera. Yeah, like, this is perfectly usable. It only updates every 10 seconds. But again, for those wondering how I use cameras on my printer, it's basically like, dum-de-dum, I wonder what's going on my print. Oh, we don't have spaghetti, we're good. Back to whatever I was doing. Glorious. But yeah, I have no idea how to turn it off from night mode, but I'll be honest, I'll probably leave it on night mode just because where it's at on my bench, the lighting isn't the greatest. So it kind of makes sense to have it there. The antenna is attached to the camera. It is. There is a Wi-Fi antenna attached to the camera. There is a Wi-Fi antenna. Oh, you're wondering if it's attached inside. I'm assuming, because I gave it a tug and nothing moved, so I'm assuming it's still attached. But that is something I could check later. All those little holes is going to be interesting. I have no idea how this is going to work, by the way. If this works, it works. Unfortunately, I'll be testing it after the stream ends, so we'll see. Am I coming to Rocky Mountain? As of now, hopeful. I haven't booked anything yet. I need to find a sponsor and everything for it. But as it is right now, I haven't booked anything. But I'm planning on if things go well. So, did it come with Haribos? It did. I got them right here. I just haven't eaten any yet. You know what? I will have a... How many calories are in these things? Some. It's all in check. Does it have a web interface? It's tied into Prusa Connect. So you access the camera through Prusa Connect. You take the camera apart. It's a buddy camera. I mean, it's printing right now. Actually, Vector 3D might have done it. Because he did a teardown video on the Core 1, or at least is doing one. He might have taken the camera apart. It's the same as the buddy camera. I'm only eating 3. I will say, ever since I got a crown on my rear right molar, eating on that side of my mouth feels weird, which sucks because it's like my dominant chewing side. I will say, I do know the camera in here is specific for Prusa. It's not like they just took a Wise Cam off the shelf and repackaged it, because they specifically had to find a camera that they can write their own firmware for security reasons. Because this camera doesn't, like, this camera is secured compared to like other IP cameras. Like, it only talks with Prusa. And they had to verify the firmware. It only does that. So they actually took them a while to find a camera that they could use for this, because it had to meet their security requirements. They couldn't just package an off-the-shelf Wise Cam or any other network camera, because they couldn't get the firmware. Companies won't give you the firmware for the cameras. My feet are cold. What are we at anyway today? What are we at? I haven't even looked how many people are watching. 400 people. 420 people. Nice. If you're new here, like the smash button, ring the bell, subscribe if you're not. If you subscribe, your name pops up right here on the screen. You get that dopamine response from your name popping up. It's really cool. You should like the smash button too. Bigger number, better person. Just remember that. Temps in the garage, 18 Celsius. But I had the heater off overnight, so the garage floor is cold. So the heat's like, the coldness is coming up through my feetsies. We all wanted to watch you struggling with CAD. It was, I mean, here's the thing. okay, how do I word this? I can CAD. I cannot CAD optimally. I know there are better ways of doing a lot of stuff I do, but I don't know those ways. And it's like, I'm one of those, well, this is how I do it, and this is how I do it type people. So it just is what it is. See, I would put this camera up, but this is why, for those wondering why I was printing with the door open on the original stream where we unboxed it, look how dirty it is already. Ugh. I mean, we might be able to get in there. One second. Let me get some Prusa boxes here. What can I do to balance this on? LVO filament box. Nope. Feet are cold. How do I have so many boxes of Prusa filament box? I wouldn't count in front of audience, you know. Well, the trick is to that, you just don't look at chat too often. Whenever you're doing something that you know there are people in the audience that know way more about something than you, but you just don't look. You just don't look. You just kind of let whatever happens happen. I'll do this. Here. Oops. 1 second here. There we go. And you guys can see yourself. Don't want to accidentally dox anything. There we go. Print magnetic mount for the camera to attach to the printer. Oh, this camera. Now, I mean, technically any magnetic mount would work. The overgrown sardine? Yeah, the fish. Magnets. How do they work? How do magnets work? Next category. What are we printing? We CAD'd up a exhaust charcoal filter box, a magnetic charcoal filter box, and we're seeing how it works. And we're printing it now. So in the meantime, how do magnets work? Okay, buckle up, buddy. We're gonna dive into the magical world of magnets, and I promise it won't be as confusing as trying to figure out why your 3D printer hates you sometimes. Okay, you know how when you stick a magnet to a fridge, it just sticks? Well, you've got this invisible super glue that never runs out. So what's the deal with these magnets and force fields? Magnets and their friends. First thing, magnets have 2 poles, north and south. Now, if you put a north pole next to the electricity and magnets. Yeah, but how do magnets work? But what makes a magnet work? You know, magnets are invisible forces. Well, it turns out those forces are secured by tiny particles called electrons. There we go. When you take a magnet, it breaks in half. Each piece becomes its own little magnet. So there you have it. The real reason why magnets work is because of these tiny super energetic electrons working together to create a force field that's strong enough to stick to your fridge or power your 3D printer motors. It's like having a bunch of microscopic cheerleaders inside every magnet, and they never stop cheering. I'm playing around with the new Mistral model, and it's pretty fun. So like, here's the fun thing about magnets. When you think about it, it shows you how weak gravity is. Think about it. Think about it. You have the entire flippin' planet pulling on this one screw. The entire magnet, the entire planet is pulling on this screw. And this itty magnet picks it up. Ergo, this magnet is stronger than the planet. And we're not even looking at strong and weak nuclear forces. Yeah, gravity is the weakest force. Actually, isn't the weakest one like Force Awakens or something? The planet is so far away. I know, it's like 4 feet straight down. Maybe I shouldn't have printed the lid. Well, I'm going to need the lid anyways, but... And by the way, if this does work and I release the CAD, I'm going to call it the tackle box, and I'm going to put a fish on the lid. The big buddy cam has a motor. Apparently, I think the big buddy cam has a tilt pan zoom, I believe. So this is the thing. I need to figure out, because right now I'm using Chatbox, and yes, the bot is called Tiananmen89. You can tell I'm having fun trying to find the limits. But this isn't even, this model is Mistral. I believe it's French, actually, this one. Bonjour. Bonjour, mon ami. I see you decided to spice up our conversation with a little French flair, and I must say it's refreshing as finding a perfectly printed Benchy. I told it loves 3D printing. You can create the character that it responds to, so you can like tell it like... So like right now, this is... You're a well-educated assistant in a workshop garage. You respond to questions in a snarky... Or this might be a different one. I have multiple different ones on the go. Yeah, I can't remember which one's which. But anyways. My feet are cold. What time are we at? We got 50 minutes left? Okay, this is printing for the next 50 minutes. Or at least until the stream ends. What do you guys want to talk about? What do you guys want to talk about for the next 50 minutes? No, we're not asking it to write love stories between printers named Joe and Fish again. That was really creepy. Well, aren't like the nuclear forces what holds like atoms together? Oh, the model I designed, it's this one. It's nothing super complicated, but it's essentially a box with filters, or a grill on the back, and then a bottom. What's the GPU market up here? Bad. So my plan is, because I don't like sharing, how do I word this? I don't like having multiple setups for the same thing, okay? So for example, the computer out here does the exact same thing the computer in the basement does. But the computer in the basement is the basement computer. Same with like this camera right here is a Sony a6300. It is set up on an arm and it never moves. It is this is setup, does not change. This is my streaming setup. I got that camera there, I've got that camera there, and then I've got this camera here. And this is my setup. I don't like reusing setups. I like, this is set up to do this, and this is what it does. So I want to start playing around with running, because I want to make an AI co-host for the stream. I want to have a chat bot, essentially. So we can banter, I can ask stupid questions, and can interact with chat. I'm learning all this stuff. I'm diving into the rabbit hole that is running local LLMs locally. The problem with running them locally is you need either something like a Mac M4, or any other really good processor with like high-speed RAM, or a GPU. And the problem is NVIDIA pretty much neuters all their commercial GPUs by VRAM amounts. So like, right now I'm playing with it on my desktop, which has a 3090 in it. So right now, like the model I'm running now, I can run 32B models. It's gonna take a minute here because it's gotta flush the old model and load the new model. But I can run 32B models on the 3090, but that has 24 gigs of VRAM. The only other, like, the 4000 series, yeah, only the 4090 has 24 gigs of VRAM. Everything else has like 16 or less. So the market right now in Canada by the way. A used 3090 is going to run you, like, according to Facebook Marketplace, about 1,100 Canadian. So, but the 3090 will do R132B at around 20 to 30 tokens a second, which isn't too bad actually. So the plan is to try and build a dedicated box for AI though. Something that I can bring around to places, because I think it would be kind of cool. So I want to try and make like a, damn you, Jeff Gerling, and your 10-inch mini rack. Because now I'm looking at that thing, and I'm like, I could build a fun little thing in there. But the problem is the GPU is way too big. I can do a mini ITX. A mini ITX. Also, the problem is all electronics are stupid expensive in Canada right now. 25%. No, luckily, Chief Cheeto decided to delay that for like 30 days. So joy, you know, if my anxiety issues aren't enough, every 30 days there's a chance my wife gets laid off. Because she works for a company that primarily does business to the US. They manufacture in Canada primarily for the US market. And if those tariffs ever go through, she gets laid off. Simple as that. So if you wonder why I've been stressed the past few days, along with family members and friends that work in other industries, because I live in a border town in Canada. I used to work in the trades. We are primarily manufacturing based here and primarily manufacturing for the US market. So like, yeah, shit sucks. So yeah, so now it's like, ooh, every 30 days we kick it down the road. It's like, no, fucking just quit being a little bitch. Quit being a little orange Cheeto. Suck it up. Your deal sucked. What CNC? I use a modified, not a 3018, but it was like it's like a 3018 type CNC essentially. I have a video on my channel. Go on my channel. You're on my channel. Just search like Odonata or like FPV drone or something. I have a video on my channel of me making it. It only got like 5,000 views or something. So if you're wondering why I don't do drone stuff on the channel, it's like I've got the next part of the Power Armor series. I'm ready to start filming it. But I'm like, those videos are doing horribly on my channel. So it's like, I want to do it. I want to make the videos because I want to get them done. But it's like, wow, this video is going to make it like 10 bucks. Yay. I have a relative that assists with disabled students in State University, and her department is involved with the, yeah, like the whole getting rid of DI thing. I know it's going to get spicy in the chat because I mentioned it, but essentially, like, everyone who's hired for that is qualified to do the job they're doing. Because every time somebody's like, oh, we need to get rid of DI, it's like, because they're putting unqualified people. Cool. Point me out in a specific example of somebody unqualified in their job. And I've yet to see someone actually do it. Like they were freaking out over the pilots for the crash being DI, and it turns out they weren't. It's just another dog whistle. It's another dog whistle. Simple as that. But yeah. I think I'm missing some months, but your 2 years is already along. 2 years, damn. What about Pete? From my understanding, Pete was actually really good as a transportation secretary. Like everything I saw seemed he was pretty qualified. But anyways, trying to avoid politics. I know I speak about it too much on the chat, and I know some people are okay with it, but a lot of people aren't. So we're gonna try not to do politics. It's just kind of hard when it spills over into like the actual, like for example, 10% tariffs on China stuff just went in, apparently. That went through. So new bamboos went up 10%. Every printer from China just went up 10% in price. Like that is something that directly affects Americans because it doesn't affect me. I'm honestly right now, I'm hoping our government, there's like a rumor floating around that they might just cancel all Chinese EV tariffs. So we can get like those really good BYD electric vehicles. And then we're gonna slap like 100% tariffs on Teslas. So. It's not just a flat percent, George. Here's the thing you need to think about. The importer pays an extra 10%. So then the person in the middle needs to increase their price to make their commission or their percentage percent. So by the time, like, I seen a thing, it was like Nike shoes. It's like the tariff was like $10, but by the time the shoe was actually bought by a person at a store, the shoe was like $30 more, because every other step along the way from the time it hits the port needs to make their percentage and bumps it up even more. So yeah, we need to get rid of interprovincial stuff. BYD. Everything I've seen about the BYD, I mean, hopefully I'll get a chance to see one when I go to Shanghai in a couple weeks. So we'll see. But they catch fire like crazy. Yeah. Okay, so do Teslas. So do Teslas. There's a guy in my neighborhood who bought a Cybertruck, and he drove that shit around every day for a couple weeks. And then all of a sudden he stopped driving it. So either he's embarrassed of his swastika or it broke down. It's a Tesla, so either are valid. I mean, statistically, EVs catch fire less than regular vehicles, from my understanding. But no, everything I've seen about, like, I'm just basing my opinion on the Chinese EVs from like other people who've done reviews on them. Apparently, they punch very much above their weight. For their price, they punch very much above their weight. De minimis on Chinese stuff. Yes, that's a huge thing. That basically puts like Temu out of business, essentially, and like Alibaba and shit. EVs are good for the world. EVs are. They okay. So the production, from my understanding, because I used to work in tool and mold, so like we worked with a lot of the automotive companies. The initial build of the EV is more polluting than the initial build of an ICE vehicle, an internal combustion engine. After about 2 to 3 years on the road, they even out. And then after about 4 years on the road, the EV takes over in terms of being more green. As new battery technologies come out and things get more refined and whatnot, you should see that come down. And also, it also depends where you live. I live in Canada. A lot of our power is nuclear and hydro. So like if I plug it into the wall, it's not like I'm burning coal to power my car. I'm using Niagara Falls. So it really depends. And also, for everyone who complains about like, oh no, what about like third world countries mining cobalt? Yeah, y'all don't bitch about it when it's in your iPhone. Every battery uses, like, it's a common battery technology. It's not just EVs that use those batteries. So you're okay with a little bit of child labor, but not a lot of child labor. It's hypocritical. It's hypocritical. And don't get me wrong, yes, we should be sourcing stuff ethically. Trust me, I'm down for that. But it's a moot point. There's gold in iPhones. Every phone has like 30 cents in gold. You know that? Those Anchor batteries, those, everyone has like how many batteries to power all their stuff nowadays that you walk around with. So much wind. We have tons of wind around me. The Liberal government, before our provincial Liberal government, invested a lot in wind in our area, and then they got rid of it with the Conservative government, and they shut down we actually had a plant in town that was owned by Samsung that was making wind farms, and it went out of business because the government shut it down. But no, it's cool. Like, you go out around here, it's just windmills everywhere. It's pretty cool. The 5G takes care of the cobalt poisoning. If I ever win the lottery, the plan is to set up a garage, like buy a house with room to build something on the property, like a shop, and do like dumb little projects. Like, I want to buy a K truck and electrify it for like driving around the city. Like, I want to get an electric K truck. Problem is, I ain't got room for that shit, and I ain't got a budget for that, so I got to win the lottery first. Well, if oil prices fall, will you still get an EV over ICE cars? Here's the thing. We will run out of oil one day. Simple as that. We are going to run out of oil one day. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. We are going to run out of oil one day. And if EV tech is good enough to replace it, like think about it. You really don't need a gas car. If all your commuting is in city, you don't need an ICE car. You don't. Especially in cities. Like, remember, who here remembers the smog in LA in the 90s and all that shit? Like, that's not good. K-Trucks. K-Truck in Canada, I've been looking it up. They go for about 9 to 10 grand Canadian for a K-Truck. Which isn't a lot. I just don't have 10 grand just sitting that I can blow on stuff like that. I mean, my budget for spending money for the channel right now is basically non-existent until all this tariff shit gets sorted out, because like every 30 days my wife might be unemployed because of freaking Chief Cheeto over there. So it's like, I'm not going to be dropping like, oh, hey, let's build an AI PC. Let's buy a $300 motherboard and processor and shit and build it up in a nice $150. No, I can't risk it right now. Which, in case you haven't noticed, we're kind of stretching out the content right now because of shit like that. Studio Gallifrey, welcome to Canadian politics. That's how it works. Nobody runs on a platform. They just run on, we're not the other guy. Why do you think I'm so angry at Pierre lately? I'm like, buddy, like, shit or get off the pot. If I hear carbon tax Carney one more time, I'm a choke a bitch. Come up with some actual platforms, because you kind of tanked it last week by sucking up to Trump. You kind of tanked it. A lot of people are not happy. Gotta call it? Yep. College in Canada isn't that expensive too. When I did college for a couple of years, it was like $3 grand a year. I made enough working at a grocery store to pay for college. Plug in a Hybrid. Yeah, like here's the thing. How do I word this? It makes total sense for like our household to have an EV and a gas. We don't have an EV because unfortunately the cost of an EV right now just doesn't make sense. In Canada, the cheapest like new EV you can buy is around 50 grand. I bought my Subaru Crosstrek for 30. Okay. For that $20,000 price difference, I can buy a lot of oil and a lot of gas and a lot of tire changes and whatnot. So it's like, it doesn't make sense yet. Until EVs get down to the price where you can buy a cheap EV for like 20 or 30 grand, you won't see that. Because right now, EVs, the problem with EVs is the same thing we have in Canada with like all vehicles. If you want the good stuff, it automatically gets put on the highest tier. It's like you can't buy a basic EV. You have to buy an EV that comes with, you know, this full self-driving and all this other shit that you don't need, but they shove it in there anyways. It's like, no, just give me your very cheap car. Just instead of an ICE engine, put some batteries and electric motor in there. I don't need all this other shit. Just give me a very base vehicle for inner city, just like, I gotta go to Walmart. I don't need full self-driving to go to flipping Walmart. Just give me a very basic EV for just in-city commuting. That's all I want. And then you have another vehicle, you have an ICE vehicle or a plug-in electric hybrid or EV. That's your, hey, we're gonna go drive to grandma's and for, you know, 3-hour drive or whatever. That's how it should be, in my opinion. It makes a lot of sense that way. Those exist. Not really. The problem is the ROI on them is crap. It's like Nissan Leafs. Like the problem is with cheap EVs in Canada don't last. The batteries die in the winter. That's what killed like the Nissan Leafs. They get like 40 to 50 kilometers up here in the winter. They die up here because of the cold. Yeah, I know the BYDs would be 20 to 30 grand. That's why I'm hoping they cancel the tariffs on them and slap them on Teslas instead. Teslas aren't made in Canada. At least all the other automotive companies have production facilities in Canada. Yeah, the Leaf is old. I just love the fact that, like, if you were on social media, you had a bunch of Americans over the past couple days like, oh, who cares? What do we buy from Canada? Maple syrup? And I'm like, bro, Tesla. You do know your Starlink terminals and a good portion of your Teslas are put together with Canadian tooling. Like, if you're in the audience right now and you own a Model 3 or a Model S, and it was produced between, I want to say 2015 or 2016 and not the very newest facelift, but like for the Model S, the first refresh, you know how it went away from like that puck that it had into the front to looking more like the Model 3? If you have like that vehicle, I built the tool that makes the front and rear fascia on that car. Okay? Like, Tesla buys Canadian. Starlink buys Canadian. And guess what? Shit ton of DEI people built that tool. Our shop foreman was gay. All the Americans are freaking out now. Oh my God, my Tesla's a DEI vehicle. What will I do? So yeah, I love that. I got in an argument. Somebody's like, well, where do we buy from Canada? I'm like, I don't know. Fucking elongated muskrat buys stuff from Canada. Go bitch at him. Or is he too busy trying to shut down the government and stage a coup with a bunch of broccoli-haired kids stealing all your social security numbers right now? Hey, Americans, you got like a coup going on. Can you guys like take care of that? 30% of lumber. Yeah, all the people in LA that are going to be rebuilding their houses, Canadian lumber. Like, we're past the point. You can't be an insular. We're welcome to a global economy. We have trade agreements. You signed them last time you were in charge, Trumpy. You're the one who made the deals that you now say suck. You're the one who made the deals. America voted for the... No. Technically, like, 30% of Americans voted for the coup. And, like, a slightly... I can't remember. Was it slightly more or slightly less voted not for the coup? But the majority of people didn't vote. It's a problem. Like, 40% of people didn't even bother voting. So you didn't really vote for it. The majority of people didn't vote for it. The problem is nobody votes anymore. Is Trudeau coming back to government? No. Trudeau is still the prime minister. For those that don't understand Canadian politics, Trudeau is still our prime minister. But he has prorogued parliament and intends to step down once the Liberal Party picks a new leader. So proroguing parliament is kind of like, you know how sometimes, you know, during the summer, Senate, the House and Senate aren't in session? That's essentially what's going on right now. We have a functioning government. It's just the people that pass the laws aren't seating right now. So it's like the same as summer vacation, essentially. So we have a functioning government. And then in March, the Liberal Party is going to vote on a new leader who's going to take over for Trudeau. So it'll probably be Mark Carney. And I'm starting to follow him a bit. He seems okay. I don't know if I'll vote for him yet, but you shouldn't be, you should look at the stuff and what affects you and then make your decisions off that, not just this guy is this party, I vote for him. You should see what everyone's offering. But anyways, so Mark Carney wins in March. Cool. Now we have Mark Carney as our prime minister. No, unless you're a member of the Liberal Party, nobody voted for him to be your prime minister, but he is, because that's how it works in Canada. And most provincial, or most, what is it? Something monarchy, not federal monarchy, parliamentary monarchy government. I mean, it's printing and people asking questions. I'm going to answer them. Well, welcome to the stream. If people talk about something and they want me to talk about it, I'll talk about it. Trying to avoid actual. This is just more generalized, educating people about how Canadian government works. So then what happens is, okay, cool, Mark Carney wins or whatever. Parliament goes back into session. What can happen is, say, the Conservatives can bring up a motion for no confidence. If it passes, then we go to an election. And I think our election cycle is like 28 days or something. If that doesn't happen, though, or it gets brought before, which the Conservatives are going to put a motion in anyways because they want to be prime minister anyways, say the NDP side with the Liberals, then we have an actual election scheduled for October, I believe. So. Yeah, our election cycles are very short. Like, we're having a provincial election on February 27th, I want to say. And Doug Ford called it like 4 days ago. He's just like, hey, yeah, no, we're doing an election. And it's like a month later. Our elections are very quick. Unlike the Americans, where it's like 2 flipping years of it. The 24-hour news cycle was a bad idea. The 24-hour news cycle was a bad idea. It was a mistake. Would you consider doing a printed brushless Arduino-controlled Nerf blaster build for a stream or two? Covers a lot of the bases. Iceblade, I almost got demonetized and lost my ability to stream last year over a 3D printed replica of a pew pew from a video game. Because this is my full-time job and the way YouTube is with firearms and whatnot, live streams have much more strict regulations on them on YouTube than VOD videos, so like putting out a video. I don't want to risk it. I don't want to risk it. I'm trying to stay away from anything that might be interpreted as a firearm on a live stream. Simple as that. Yeah. It was my birthday stream last year. Got taken down mid-stream because I held up a prop from Helldivers. It wasn't even finished. It was like purple, printed in purple PLA or ABS. So consistently inconsistent. Not really. The problem is the interpretation of them is inconsistent. That's the problem. Because like I filed a whatchamacallit, like, hey, I got flagged for holding a firearm in a stream. I didn't hold a firearm in a stream. It was a 3D printed prop, a completely inert 3D printed prop that was purple and orange. And they're like, nope, that was a firearm. I'm like, it's not. And it's like auto AI shit now so it's like, shit. Yeah, and somebody reported it. That's the part I don't like. Somebody reported it. That's how it got flagged, so. Background check to buy a printer now? Nope. Do YouTube have humans? No, a lot of it's just AI. A lot of it's just AI now. We want consistent, inconsistent rules. There's Twitch. Oh God, Twitch is horrible. There's a reason. Well, okay. I stream on Twitch, but I stream game stuff on Twitch. In my opinion, the kind of content I do here doesn't work on Twitch because a lot of people watch this stuff after it's live, and on Twitch, nobody watches VODs. Twitch, you watch Twitch live. You don't watch Twitch not live, essentially. So, background checks. Oh, New York. I think it was New York. New York State. Somebody's trying to get a law passed there where you need a background check to get a 3D printer. Here's the thing. It probably won't go anywhere because it's unfeasible. It'd be like, well, okay, if you're going to ban 3D printers, you got to ban CNC machines as well. I mean, hell, if you want to be technical, you got to ban Home Depots because anyone could walk down the aisle at Home Depot and buy some black pipe and a cap and a screw. If you don't know what I'm talking about, moving on. But like, it's not hard. It's not hard to make those things. Yeah. Gotta ban drill presses, I know. I mean, gotta ban shovels. There was that guy, remember that famous forum post from like, I think it was in the 90s, where a guy turned a shovel into an AK receiver. He just got a shovel and just heated it up and bent the shit out of it and made an AK receiver. Yeah, well, it's Locasar, it's simple. It's just performative politics. It's ghost guns are big in the news right now. It's very easy for people to, you know, make sure you all have the catalog bookmarked. But it's performance politics. What do we make in CAD? We made this. It is not loaded because I closed it. It is a, hopefully if it works, dry box, or not dry box, charcoal filter box for the magnets, and it should stick on the back of the printer, hopefully. Your Tesla is already, I've been seeing a lot of people vandalizing Teslas. I'm a big proponent of don't mess with people's personal property. It's like food, don't mess with people's food. When I worked at a tool shop, there was one of the old guys loved messing with people's coffees. He had like this thing that would like, he screwed with people's coffees. He screwed with people's coffees. He would like put another hole in the mug so when you went, or the Tim's cup, so when you went to drink, it would like dribble on your lip. And I whipped the coffee at him one day. And he's like, oh, he's an old boomer guy, crotchety boomer, racist guy. Anyways, I'm like, dude, don't fuck with people's food. Do not fuck with people's food. Every time if you mess with my food again, it won't be a coffee cup thrown at you. And he got real quiet real quick. You don't mess with people's food, and you don't mess with people's personal property. However, Teslas that aren't in people's personal property, I ain't gonna say anything about. Yeah, I know a lot of people. I've seen a few of those. I bought this before I knew he was an a-hole. I mean, I built molds for Tesla. I built molds for Starlink. It is what it is. I mean, like 3 weeks ago, I was like, yeah, Musk is kind of weird, but like, whatever. Now it's like, oh, okie dokie. I honestly think he doesn't care about Tesla anymore. I don't think he cares about Tesla anymore. I mean, I think people who buy Tesla stock don't even care about Tesla. They had like their worst performing year ever, or in a while, and their stock went up. It doesn't make sense anymore. Nothing makes sense anymore. Welcome to clown world. Yeah, he's moved beyond. Yeah, it's all about power. Like, people call him like a fascist and whatnot. I'm like, okay, probably. I really don't care what his belief is. I just believe he's a twat. It's like, oh, he didn't make, you know, it wasn't a Roman salute. He was giving it. It's like, no, he did that. His intentions, that's up for interpretation. But the physical action he did was that. And the fact that like people who have repeated it as a joke have had their, you know, been fired and lost jobs and shit shows that, I seen somebody post a thing. Apparently Musk believes the world is a simulation and he's won it and he's just going for a high score now. That's why he's doing all this weird shit. And I'm like, that makes a lot of sense. Better looking ones. I mean, they do have a nice look to them. I'm not going to say they're bad vehicles. Their quality control leaves a lot to be desired. And compared to a lot of the other EVs that are coming out on the market now, they're really not that feature full. You're basically paying BMW prices for like high-end Honda quality in terms of like what you get with the vehicle. Like outside of FSD, the interiors on them suck. They're extremely Spartan and cheap. And again, I should know, I built molds for them. Yeah, Broligarchs are weird. Can we go back to monkey JPEGs? I want to get off the current ride. Can we go back to monkey JPEGs and just hating on monkey JPEGs? They drive FSD. My Subaru Crosstrek drove me to Toronto and back on its own. All I had to do was keep my hand on the steering wheel, and it drove itself. Occasionally, I had to manually lane change. My Subaru does that, and it's just a Crosstrek. Like Oh, the Cybertruck. I remember I was watching the Cybertruck announcement with a coworker at work. And at the time I was one of those, oh yeah, Elon's a great guy. He's gonna change the world. But I was drinking the Kool-Aid at the time. And they showed off the Cybertruck. When they rolled it up on stage, Buddy looked at me and I'm like, yeah, dude, I got nothing. I got nothing. I can't defend this thing. It looks so bad. Is there a new can design? The stream's over in like 18 minutes and the dog's freaking out. 1 second. What are you borking at? What? Okay. Some guy out there trying to sell me lawn care. There's snow on the ground. Go away. What camera is on the box? It's a Logitech Brio, I believe. Someone third grader. Here's the thing, when you could have made a stainless steel truck, like, I get the intention. It just looks like ass, and it doesn't make safety regulations in so many countries. It will bifurcate a human if you hit somebody with it. Brio 505. Yeah, there you go, because Christopher sent it to me. Kind of dog? We have a Shepherd Husky. He's a good boy, but he's old. He's getting old. So it's not banned in the EU. It's not approved. in the EU. There's a difference. It's not banned, it just doesn't meet the safety regulations. It doesn't meet the regulations to be legal on the road. It's not outright banned. It's not like they banned it by name. It's not road legal because it doesn't meet the safety requirements. And I'm pretty sure Tesla has never actually submitted the Cybertruck to like the NTSB proper safety. They've done internal safety testing, but they haven't actually submitted it to like an NTSB crash test, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, guy, I seen somebody in the UK brought one in and it got impounded. And and by the way, when they impound your car for it not being road legal, they destroy it in a lot of places. Yeah, in Europe, they actually, you know, care about safety regulations, where in the US, they're like, I saw a thing, they want to get rid of OSHA. As somebody who was like the safety guy, like I was an afternoon foreman at a tool shop. I helped people who sliced their arms open on CNC and got like dozens of stitches and like had to file accident reports. Like I was a safety guy, and I'm seeing like they want to get rid of OSHA in the States. And I'm like, you do know regulations are written in blood. They exist for a reason. Getting rid of them is not good. That's how people die. Like, what the hell? It's like, oh wait, rich people want to do stuff to cut costs and make more money. That's why. That's why. Like, you know, there's always the joke about OSHA, right? Like you joke about OSHA all the time, right? But it exists for a reason and you don't want it to go away. Government's not the problem. No! You can have a really functioning good government. Just usually the people running the government are idiots. Yeah, like I've seen people get like horribly injured at work for not following safety regulations. Like in my town, somebody got killed last year because he was working on a press. He was a maintenance guy working on a press, and somebody walked up to the press, took the safety thing off, like the machine was locked out, took the lockout off and turned the press on. Safety procedures exist for a reason. There's a reason lockout training is extremely stringent. Like, where is it? Where is it? I should still have it. Yeah. I knocked something over. What did I knock over? Oh, spool. Yeah. Like, I'm not going to show it, but this is my lockout lock. Okay. Wow. That's an old picture. This is my lockout lock. When I quit, they wouldn't take this back. This is my lockout lock. I am the only one with a key for it. They will not take it. It is mine because it's a lockout lock, and I'm the only one that's allowed to have the key for it. And they won't recycle it, or they won't give it. No, there's a whole procedure to lockout. Like they exist. There's all these setups for a reason. Prison time? Nope, the company got fined like $180,000. And the shitty part is like nothing went to the family. And apparently the company never called the family to even apologize. Yeah. So they got a fine. I don't know what happened to the actual person who cut the lock off, or if they like found the key or something. I don't know. I just know what they wrote in the news and they didn't give all the details. But yeah. I don't know. It's in Canada. In Canada, the laws, like, it's not as easy to persecute people for like frivolous stuff. Like you gotta, like, it's like we don't sue as much in Canada. Like that just shit don't fly. So I don't know what happened to the person who pushed the button. I just know the company only got a $180,000 fine, I believe, plus some other fines on top of it. But like none of those fines went to the family. The fines went to like training and shit like that. Like there's like a pool the government uses for that kind of stuff. I've almost had it. Yeah, ridiculous. Luckily, I've had tetanus or tinnitus. Yeah, I have had a 80,000-pound injection mold have the standoffs kick out on it and shove me. So, imagine a mold for okay. You know your rear bumper? A mold big enough to make your rear bumper, your rear fascia. And you build the mold, and usually the molds are functioning via either hydraulics or you have knockouts in the press that cycle the ejection. But you have to test it to make sure it all works. So what you do is you pick the mold up with a crane, and then the knockouts, because you're on the ground, you put these standoffs underneath it. Either you screw them in or you just put these standoffs underneath and you line them up. And then you drop the mold with the crane, and the standoffs push the ejector plates up and make the ejection cycle, right? And we were testing it, and this mold had like an issue. It was squeaking. And the customer wanted us to, like, why is it squeaking here? And we're like, oh, it's probably not an issue. It's probably just wearing in. And they're like, no, you need to find out what's causing it and fix it. So like, as it's going up and down, we're like watching with flashlights, trying to look in everything, trying to figure out what's rubbing. And the guy lifted it up too much. The guy who was running the crane lifted it up too much, and it slightly shifted off the standoff. So when he came down, they were coming down, but the standoffs were now crooked, and it just gave way. And it basically shoved me into a toolbox. That was back when I used to smoke. And I just walked right outside and started chain smoking for like half an hour. Because that was like, oh, hey, light flash in front of my eyes. Because I just had 80,000 pounds of steel fly at me. Yay! That was a near miss report. So yeah, follow safety precautions. Yeah, Crown prosecutes in Canada, not the victim. Yep. Yep, remember, safety regulations are written in blood. You do not want to get rid of regulations. Don't get me wrong. I'm sure there are plenty of regulations that are like frivolous, but they exist for a reason. And you can't just start whacking them willy-nilly. You can't just like, I seen a thing, it was like, oh, for every new regulation, we've got to get rid of 10 old ones because they're holding up innovation. They're not holding up innovation. They're preventing us from going back to the days from like, remember the when kids at like 12-year-old would like lose fingers because they were working in factories with all the belts overhead and shit like that? Yeah, they want to go back to that because they made more money doing that. Can't make money off safety. Let's get rid of safety. People using respirators for one resin print and people not using respirators working 12-hour days of flower and woodworking. Here's the thing. When it comes to your personal safety, it's up to you. Okay? If you want to be dumb, you be dumb. But the moment, in my opinion, what you do could impact me, I don't give a damn. Follow the rules. So if I'm the supervisor and you don't want to follow safety, you're in trouble because I will get in shit. I'm the one who gets in shit for you not following the rules. But if like I'm working there and my boss isn't following the rules, well, that's on him. It's like when you're riding in a car. I had a friend who refused to wear seatbelts. And I'm like, we were going to carpool somewhere once. And I'm like, no, either you put your seatbelt on or we're not going anywhere. He's like, oh, whatever, man, you're fine. My safety. I'm like, my brother in Christ, you weigh 320 pounds. If we do this rollover, you are bobbing all over this car like a freaking pinball machine. I am not dealing with that. Strap in or get out. What you do in your own car on your own time, I don't care. But the moment, it's like, what's the saying? Your rights end where mine begin. So. Shouldn't you speak up? Oh, it happens. You gotta understand it. I'm talking perfect world. It like when you work in a tool shop and the guy who's your boss is the son of the owner, and it just kind of the buck stops there. It is what it is. Like there are realities of working in industries. There are realities. I know you're not supposed to, but I've cleaned my hands with paint thinner before. Shit happens. You just kind of do it sometimes. You deal with it. But that's kind of the reality of life. It'd be nice if we all lived in a perfect world, but we don't. if your passenger doesn't wear a seatbelt, I don't know how it is in Ontario. I've never actually looked it up because I will refuse to drive with anyone who's not wearing a seatbelt. We got 7 minutes left before we do the giveaway. So if you haven't entered for your chance to win some Polymaker filament, link in the video description. Go down there, enter for your chance. While you're down there, don't forget to like the smash button. If you're not subscribed, subscribe. And if you want to help support the channel, the content I create and the things I do, check out some of the links in the description. Affiliate links don't cost you anything extra. Go a long way in supporting the channel. And hey, if you're thirsty, get some gamer subs. Use code Canuck. Save 10% off your order today. Get some waifus on a cup. Although if you're really cool, you get some memberships to people. And every month we do a members only live stream for just channel members, and you get access to a special channel on the Discord, and you get videos early. So that's the best way to support the channel, because other people get stuff too. The driver gets fined. Yeah, usually that's how it works for a lot of that stuff. How's that? Oh, that actually came out pretty good. It'll be interesting to see how this works. I have no idea how well this is going to work at all, but we'll see. Because right now, just for your aware, we're printing ABS in here. The chamber temperature is 51 Celsius. Brake cleaner is goat hand soap. I know, it dries out your hands really bad though. Driver gets fine. It depends on the jurisdiction, right? Like a lot of that stuff depends on where you're at, right? Like I have viewers here all over the world, so it's kind of hard to say a generic blanket thing. Oh, wow. You can now buy Cookie CAD at DigiKey. That's cool. Your V2, how are you measuring the temperature, Martin? How are you measuring the temperature? Because 40 is very low for Voron. Like you have it enclosed, I'm assuming, with the gasket and all that on the panels. What it could be, it could just be your thermistor. Cheap thermistors might, like it, depending on how you have them mounted to. Cheap thermistors don't always read accurately at lower temperatures. So. Digital thermometer and separate thermistor. Odd. Where are you measuring the temperature at? Would you recommend me a Prusa Core 1? Okay, buy a Prusa Core 1. If this machine fits your needs and use cases and is within your budget, it is not a bad purchase. There you go. Could be bad place on the Nevermore. Could be. It's hard to say because Nevermore just moves air around the chamber. So, like, this guy was getting up over 60 just by itself. So. A good, easy way to test is to put your tool head at XYZ 0 or middle. So put it at like XY middle of the bed and like 200 millimeters up. And turn the bed on for like an hour and see what your nozzle says for nozzle temperature, because it'll heat soak from the environment. So it'll give you kind of a rough idea of what like the nozzle temp, what actual realistic temperatures you're getting. So if you circulate the air, you have to heat. That's how it works. That's how the Nevermore system works. That's how those work. By moving air around the chamber, you basically turn into a convection oven. So the bed, instead of just heating up and having that bubble of hot air that sits around it, because you're moving air around, cold air is now moving by the bed, which is making the bed cool down, which is making the bed heat up. So the heater on the bed runs more and dumps more heat into the system, right? That's how the convection cycle works. By moving the air around, the bed has to pump more heat into the system, and it more evenly heats the chamber. So, project's in Dad's garage. How's it going? It's going good. We're printing the thing we CAD'd up earlier, and it's going good, I guess. We'll find out. What are we making, CAD? We made this. If all goes well, it's a little box that will magnetically sit on the back of the Prusa Core 1, where the exhaust is, and we're gonna fill it up with a bunch of charcoal pellets. So it'll act like a filter for fumes. And then also the plan is it will, because the exhaust will be at the bottom, it'll basically act as like almost like a one-way valve to ensure more heat stays in the chamber. Because right now, with the stock design, like heat's coming out the back. Like we're exhausting heat out the back, because even though the fans are off, it's still a hole. So by putting this on the back and having it vent down, it should keep more heat in the chamber, hopefully. So we're trying to do 2 birds, 1 stone. Kill exhaust fumes and smells, and increase chamber temperatures. So we'll see how it goes. And also, it was a fun little project that I don't CAD a lot. So I got to watch the entire chat freak out over my extremely newbie CAD skills while we kind of made this a thing. And will it even work? No clue. We'll find out. If it works, it works. If it don't, it don't. But we're gonna do the draw now. So you got like 1 minute to enter for the draw, and then we're gonna do the draw. My feet are cold. Ugh. Quiet enough to sleep next to it. This, I don't know. I'll be honest, I've been running this in speed profile the whole time. I haven't run it in like a normal profile, so I don't know how quiet it is when, like, if you don't care about speed. But I will say it is louder than a Mark IV, but it's quieter than most other enclosed Core XYs I've played with. The fact that it doesn't have a giant Blowimatron current air fan in here actually makes it a lot quieter. So this motion here makes noise, like this, but it's a belted Core XY moving high speeds. It's gonna make noise. The only 2 printers I have that don't make a lot of noise at high speed are the Magneto with linear motors, and they're the only ones that have that, and the Pantheon, which has clear path servos and costs over 10 grand. So if you want to not make a lot of noise at high speed, there are your options. Okay, let's do a giveaway. Let's do a giveaway. Published, and then I'm gonna make some din din because I am hungry. Okay, let's see here. Can you change the filament side? As of right now, no. 1 second here. Let me get the giveaway set up. Let's see. So as it is right now, the filament loads in from this side. That's the only side it can load, because the umbilical for the tool head anchors back here. So the Bowden tube follows that umbilical. So, and it comes in here. So you would almost have to flip the umbilical for it to work. And I don't know if you could do that. I'm sure you, yeah, the frame doesn't even have the slot, I don't think. 1 second. Yeah, the frame doesn't have the cutout. There's like a cutout for the Bowden tube to pass through on the frame. This side doesn't have it. I mean, you can always take a drill, but as it is, the filament only comes in through the one side though. I mean, at least it's not on the back. Why though? I don't know. I didn't design it. It is what it is. Uh-oh. Oh God, where'd you go? There you go. Okay, gotcha. Ah! Dropped the magnet on the ground, now it's all covered in... Ooh, a set screw. Okay, let's do this giveaway. 393 people. Let's do Mountain Mingle. Was it 393? 393. Yeah, maybe on like a Core 1S, maybe, but for now it's only the one side. It is what it is. Okay, so how it works is if you win, you get a spool of filament from Polymaker, but if I pick your ball and you got a magic lucky ball, you also win a free hat. This person right here is standing out. Who is this? Peter Henning. If you win, you get a free hat along with your spool of filament from Polymaker. If anyone else wins, you just get the spool of filament. So, remember, exclamation mark zoom zoom makes you go faster. Exclamation mark gullible makes everyone else go slower. And if you ring the bell, like the smash button, and are subscribed to the channel, it greases your ball up and makes it go even faster. Here. Wow, look at that grass texture. Think you could fit a dry box? Easily. There's already a mod to put a door on this side, and there's really nothing to stop you from putting some desiccant in there. So trying to turn it into a dryer would be a bit much, I believe, but turning it into a dry box is something that's already been done. I believe there's already a mod to do that. And somebody's made a mod to turn the other side into like storage. I don't think I'll do that because it'll be sitting right next to another printer on my shelf, but look at everyone spamming chat. Just so you're aware, it doesn't work. It's just to increase engagement. So if you're seriously spamming it, thinking you're increasing your chances, it doesn't. I just say that because Twitch, everyone does it on Twitch, and it's funny. But yeah, pump those engagement numbers. How does this even work? So you go through there, and oh, okay, you go through all that. I just want to see my name. Well, congratulations, Wolf Average. You are, I saw your name. No deaths? Nobody's died yet. I'm actually surprised. Normally we get like a bunch of people fall off the map at a certain point. I don't know what's with these. Oh, there we go. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Here we go. Oh, who is that? Studio Gallifrey. Congratulations, Studio Gallifrey. You have won yourself a spool of filament from Polymaker. You will get an email from me after the stream ends with information on how to collect your filament. There we go. Sweet. First to die. Yeah, there's no prize for first to die, unfortunately. That'd be cool, but unfortunately, no prize, first to die. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Okay, there's that, there's that. Okay, so you'll get an email from me after the stream ends with information on how you can collect your filament from Polymaker. So we're gonna call it there. I will take pictures of this and post them on the internet, on excuse me, the Discord, the Twitters, the Blue Skies, all that. And then I'll probably have to do a revision. Very rarely does the first version of anything ever work, let's be honest. But if it does work, we will post it up on, I'll post it on Printables. So I can farm the Prusa points. Yay. But yeah, we're gonna call it there. Because it's Tuesday, it's dinner time, and I'm hungry. So we're gonna call it there. So shout out to Polymaker for the spool of filament we gave away this stream and every stream. Shout out to Prusa for sending the Core 1. You know, like only the one stream was the actual sponsored stream. Well, not even sponsored, but like the unboxing stream. I'm lazy and I just keep reusing the same template. So if you want to buy one of these, link in the description. It's an affiliate link, doesn't cost you anything extra, goes a long way in supporting the channel with this guy. And then for those that donate to the channel, gifted memberships to others, or became members of the channel yourself, I thank you. I would not be able to do the things I do, create the content I create without your continued support. You make it all possible. Hope you enjoyed the stream today. I hope you enjoyed me faffing about in CAD. For those that I gave aneurysms to, for my, oh wow. Dude, if you open the vent up, you can feel the heat coming up. Like, ooh, overhead, overhead, overhead. The vent here, when you open this, you can, like, you could feel the heat come up. That's cool. But yeah, for those that don't know the channel, give the memberships to others, or became members of the channel yourself, I thank you. Would not be able to do the things I do, create the content I create without your continued support. You make it all possible. Tomorrow, I'll probably do a stream on Twitch, do some gaming. We got to finish Armored Core 6, the third time. So yeah, I'll see you then. Enjoy the rest of your week. Be safe out there, wash your hands, and I will see you in the future.